A controversial take is I prefer PlayStation controllers over Xbox.
That's not controversial. That's a fact.
What?
That's the best. That's a
You know how
fact.
many people like yell at me for that? I'm just like, yo, it's just more comfortable. I'm sorry.
What's up, AdoramaXP, y'all? This is first ever interview. I'm Josh Saleh, and we have Zune here, and I'm so excited because Zune and I worked together in New York at Microsoft Mixer Studio when Mixer used to be a thing. And Zune does so many things. She has her hands in so many things: casting manager, producer, and so much more in the gaming world. Zune, how are you doing? Thank you so much for being a part of this.
I'm doing great. I actually am kind of nervous.
You're the first one. You got to set the bar really high, okay?
Okay, awesome.
So you do so much in the gaming industry.
Yes.
How would you tell people if they don't know who you are and they're meeting you for the first time? What would you tell them what you do?
I think it depends on the day because I wear a lot of hats and depends on the projects I'm working on. My role changes constantly. So I've been in the industry for the last 6 years and I've done everything from community management to tournament organizer, admin, talent, player recruitment, talent development. I just love everything that has to do with gaming. So I want to get involved in every way, in every capacity. So I've done so many different things. So I've been working with Rooster Teeth for the last few months. And I have been just looking for talent for them for different projects that they're doing. It's right now. So my job right now is like looking for talent.
So wait, are you working with Joanne again?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Me and Joanne are back together again.
So you mentioned that you wear a lot of hats and every day is like a little bit different for you. What is like one day that you could say, this is everything I love about my job. Here is a list of things that I do that brings me immense joy.
What I love about it the most is that I try to look for undiscovered talent. And sometimes people themselves don't know they have potential to do more than what they're doing. Either they're just streaming or they're just competing, playing games. So I feel like I could just see a person for a few minutes and I'll be like, I think they have more that they could offer. And I could potentially help this person with some guidance. And so I try to like find those people. And then once I get their attention, give them advice. I think this is what you should do. And this could probably help you if this interests you on excelling your gaming career, either being a talent or being a player. I don't know. I just overall, I enjoy helping people. Sometimes I find them jobs too. Like I introduce them to companies that are looking for talent. I really enjoy just helping people overall. My goal is to see people do better for themselves. Not for me. Like this never was for me. Like I owe a lot to the gaming community. Like I used to be a project manager for a medical software company and I was really not in the right headspace. I loved my job, but I hated my boss and I wanted it to be in a place where I felt like everyone was in the same team. It just felt like more like money grabbing, like just take as much money as you can and go. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to help people. That's why I worked with doctors. That's why I worked in the medical field. And in gaming, like that was my escape after work. I would talk to streamers and gamers and people in the community. And I didn't realize what I was doing offline was an actual career, was what I was building to get to where I am now. So I would be like helping people like do charity streams or do like game nights and connect other gamers with other gamers. I'm like, oh, I think you guys would play well together. You guys have similar personalities. You guys should probably hang out and play together. And I used to do that. I used to like build communities, but I didn't think it was a job. It was just like me being a friend, like, hey, have you met this person? He's really cool. I think you guys would play well together. Like, oh yeah, let's check it out. And then they play together and things would move forward. I'm actually very grateful to be where I am now. And I owe a lot to the gaming community. So I try to help people as much as they help me. Like they don't realize like how much they actually impacted my career.
You showed basically that you might be on a path that you don't even know where the outcome is. And you found your passion through not only helping people, but outside of your work, you found the love that you had for gaming pushed you into another career choice. And I feel like a lot of people, especially now, they're like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know where I'm going to go, but I know I love XYZ and maybe that will guide me somewhere. And that's what you did, which I think is beautiful.
How I got to the gaming industry was by accident. I had a friend that had a meeting at the Microsoft store, and it turned out to be a studio. And I was like, what the hell? There's a studio here? This is crazy. And I was like so excited. I was just like, how did I know this is not, how does this exist? And I didn't know about it. And I was invited to the green room, and I was there just talking to everybody, but with so much excitement. I was just like, oh my God, this place is awesome. I hope there's more people that know about it, because like I live here and I didn't even know about this place. If I worked here, I would be doing this. I would be doing that. I would invite these people. I would do these shows. And I never worked in a production company ever. You know, like I just done it offline with my friends. Like, hey, let's do a charity stream together. Hey, let's do like whatever tournament or whatever. And they were just like, oh yeah, tell us more, right? And I was just like talking. And at the end of the night or whatever, there was a guy that came up to me and was like, hey, what are you doing on Tuesday? And I was like, oh, I could be free. What's up? He's like, oh, come here at 11 o'clock or whatever. And I was like, okay. And I have no idea what that was. And I was just like, sure, I guess he just wants to hear more of what I had to say. And then one of my friends, he goes like, do you know who you were just talking to? I was like, no idea. I was like, that's Jamie King. He was the co-founder of Rockstar, and he's the head of the studio. And I was just like, what? So I'm like, I just scored an interview without realizing it was an interview. That weekend, I spent like pretty much 3 days working on a deck before I knew what a deck was. And I just wrote everything I said out loud in paper. And then I just photoshopped like things of like ideas that I had and all this stuff. And it was like a 20-page deck. And then I distributed it that morning before I got there. I printed it out because I didn't know how many people were there. And I just like gave it out. And I was like, here you go. I was like, I'm not sure what this is, but here, this is for you. And they were looking at it. I think 𝔸𝔻 was in that meeting. That's how I first met 𝔸𝔻. Jamie and Justin Orlando. And they were just like, hey, can you start working with us like next week on a project? And I was like, yeah, sure. And that was like my first way in. That's pretty much how I started. I evolved my skill set of like community manager to like talent development. And then 𝔸𝔻 would just call me and be like, hey, can we get a host for this? Oh, can we get a caster for that? And I just like, yeah, sure. The first PUBG, I produced the first PUBG before PUBG even did it. If it wasn't for, like I said, my friend DZ, and then Jamie seeing something in me, I would never be where I am right now. Like I owe them, like they changed my whole life. My whole life has changed. The fact that he gave me the opportunity, I was like, I am not gonna give up. I'm gonna do the best I could for everything they give me. Anything they said, hey, can you do this? Yes.
Like, yes, 100%.
Even if I've never done it before, I was like, I'm capable. And
Yes.
I'm gonna prove that I could do it. So it was always like that validation. I had to like prove like, yes, they gave me this opportunity. I'm gonna make sure they don't regret it.
When you're looking for talent or when you're looking for streamers, what are like the biggest faux pas that you see?
The one important thing that I feel like a lot of creators in the beginning don't know or take too long to do is learning how to build a community. You need to start like figuring out how to bring people together. And sometimes it takes a long time, and you have to like network with other people, or because you want to figure out who plays in this community. I think you also need to define like, who are you? Are you an entertainer? Are you just really great at the game? Or are you supplying a service? Like, I think you need to also define like, who are you? Like, why are you streaming? Are you streaming because you just want to make friends? Are you really trying to be a big streamer? And how do you think you're going to be famous? Like, what's going to make you famous? And that's like what, less than 1% could actually be successful that way. But I think you also need to figure out who you are, and that could help you like figure out what your next steps are. And if you don't know that, you start doing that today. Like you need to figure out what your niche is, why people want to watch you. Also, like just starting is just a big step already. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it. Then you start like looking at your streams, you watch it back. You have to watch your streams also. Watch back your streams and then take notes. Like, where I really like the camera there. Do I really sound that good? How could I figure out how to make this sound better? And then start doing research. And also look at other people that are doing the same things you want to be and see how their careers, how do they get to where they are? Sometimes it's luck.
Speaking of community, Adorama, we have our own community as well. You can check in the link in the description. Join our Discord. We talk music, photography, videography, and all things gaming. So join us. Come join us. All about community as well with building. What advice do you have for women in the gaming industry or wanting to work in the gaming industry?
If they want to get into gaming space, I think they first need to kind of start practicing the job they want. And then that's how people will eventually notice you. And then the way people notice you is like when you're going through the events, like conventions, these shows, meeting people, talking. And for the introverted people out there, like, yes, you have to meet people and talk to people because jobs are not going to come at you. This career is like very competitive. Everyone's wants the same jobs that you do. And if people don't know who you are, why would they hire you? Like they'll probably will hire someone that they already have a track record. But if you're trying to start off and you're showing the things that you do that probably hasn't been noticed yet, but they'll be like, oh man, that's a really great job. Like that's how you kind of get yourself in there little by little. And I think another part of it is also people that are already currently in the gaming industry is finding people you trust because it's really hard. And sometimes you get to work with people that could really kill that passion of yours. And if you're in a space where you don't feel comfortable, that you feel like your passion's not there, change your job. Just find another one. It's not worth it. Uh PTSD is not fun. I have stories of like former employers that I would never want to work with again, and I hated myself for staying as long as I did because I thought that it would be better for my career, and it's not. I think it's better to work with people you respect, that you could trust, and that wants to empower you.
What do you want to be remembered for?
I think I want to be remembered as someone that try to help people and a person that had a lot of passion in the space, that really cared for every project I ever worked for, that really wanted to change the space in a positive way. If people knew like that I cared and I had passion and I really was looking for the positive things in the work that I do, like I think that's all I need. Just knowing that I really cared, that I'm very passionate, and I always wanted to do better. I always wanted to step the game and just do a little better than the last thing I did. Just leveling up every day.
This is the last round. It's called rapid fire questions. You
Oh
have to
no,
think of the first thing that comes to your mind. No time to think. Favorite console of all time?
PlayStation.
Which one?
Ooh,
Rapid fire?
I haven't. PlayStation 4. Three,
Measures
maybe.
3. Link, Mario, or Pokemon?
Link. No
Laura
question.
Croft, Nathan Drake, or Aloy?
Laura. All day.
Best multiplayer game of all time?
All right, this might sound silly, but I love pixel junk monsters.
What is the game that has the biggest impact on your life?
I think Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Least favorite controller?
Xbox.
Whoa! Danny, you hear? You hear that?
Oh no, sorry. You know what? No. The Switch controller.
Not the
It
N64?
sucks.
N64 is pretty bad.
No, the Switch. Oh, okay. All right. You're talking about all time.
All time,
So
all time.
yeah, the N64 was really bad.
Steam Deck, yay or nay?
Yay.
Nice.
100%. I'm so excited for it. Like, oh my God, to travel.
Thank you so, so much for the insight, the knowledge about your stories, your life, and what the advice you have for other streamers. how can people follow you and where can people see you?
Mostly people follow me on Twitter. So it's right there on my name right here. You could follow me on Twitter. I usually do a lot of updates on the type of people I'm looking for, the type of talent I'm looking for, or even posting like um, games, new positions that are open in different game industries. And I also sometimes put advice, or I also do memes. I did one meme of Ninja like
Oh,
last
yes, I remember
year,
this one.
and it got so big that Ninja made it his profile photo. So
Zune, thank you so much. Always a pleasure. This is AdoramaXP. I'm Josh Saleh. Peace.